When I was 15, my parents decided that I would finish the second half of grade 10 at a boarding school. And while I was there, I did something that was so ridiculously embarrassing that even to this day, I have trouble explaining it. I'm really happy I didn't get arrested for it. This boarding school was in Toronto, Canada, and it was my first time ever crossing the border up north. My gym teacher at the time was this guy who had a lot of psychological issues. Now that I'm a grown man, I can look back and be like, that guy was an idiot. He wasn't a complete idiot, semi-idiotic, I'll call him. He was a semi-idiot at worst and maybe 75% idiot at best. And for some reason, this guy was dedicated to making me lose weight. I was a very overweight 15-year-old kid. I was about 320 pounds, and I was just like that. And this guy was like, I'm gonna make you skinny. I think he saw me as a project that he could work on, like a side hustle that was gonna have no benefit to him whatsoever, other than just a sense of pride, knowing that he actually got a kid to lose weight. But his methods were unconventional, to say the least, because he didn't tell me to work out. He didn't tell me to eat clean. He didn't tell me to get enough sleep. The only things he told me was, you're gonna eat 1 apple in the morning. You're gonna drink water to suppress your appetite throughout the day. And at night, when you return to the dorm, you're gonna have lettuce with lemon juice on it. And that's it. And when you do that, you will lose a lot of weight and you will keep it off. At the time, I was like, okay, I'm gonna do it. This guy knows what he's talking about. I can't wait to do what he says because I know it's gonna work. That was the attitude I had, but of course, it was absolutely flawed as can be. It was a starvation diet, and you know, starvation diets never ever work, and any weight you lose is gonna be automatically gained back the second you eat anything else because your body is craving for some kind of food. But of course, I didn't know that at the time. For 5 days, I don't know how I lasted for 5 days, eating only 1 green apple, some lettuce, and lemon juice. It was painful, but I managed to lose about 12 pounds in those 5 days. Of course, a lot of water weight came off. I was starving myself, which is normal to lose weight when you look at the scale, but I wasn't actually losing any fat, and I definitely wasn't gonna keep it off for long. And on the 5th day, I decided I cannot do this anymore. I was just craving eating anything at this point. I just wanted something that would taste good. During lunch break one day, I decided to walk to McDonald's. This decision was made about halfway throughout the day that I wasn't gonna follow this diet anymore. So until that point, I had drank a lot of water to keep my appetite suppressed. Probably 1.5 gallons of water until around 11 a.m., which was when lunch was. The McDonald's that was near the school was about a 20 to 25-minute walk, and I walked there with all this water inside of me still. I went there, I had a few burgers, and I felt happy at this point because I finally had something to eat. Before leaving the McDonald's, I made sure to go to the bathroom. About 10 minutes later, I knew I was gonna have to pee again, and it was gonna happen really, really soon. My first thoughts was, I can make it to school. It's gonna be fine. I'll get there on time, no problem. But about 5 minutes later, my bladder was like, yo, bro, you gotta either stop or you're gonna fucking piss your pants. So go empty me right now, man, go. For some reason, my brain didn't register that I'm a dude. I can literally go behind any building and take a piss because it's an emergency situation. At this point, I was gonna piss myself. The first option that registered in my head was walk into the nearest store. And I looked to my left and I saw a Brick Superstore, which is a furniture store with furniture showrooms in there. They have all kinds of couches, kitchen sets, bathroom sets, any kind of set you can imagine for a home. And I'm sprinting there at this point because my bladder is about to explode. The doors slide open, I walk in, and the first person I see was a man about 5'5" with glasses, bald, maybe about 45 years of age. And I ask him in a voice, where's the bathroom? Where's the bathroom? And he's like, it's back there in the back of the store. And I sprint to get there on time because I know I only have seconds left until I have a really, really bad accident. About halfway through sprinting to the back of that building, I realize I'm not gonna make it. I look to my left, and I saw one of those bathroom sets where they have the sink, the shower, the bathtub. It was this little room that wasn't so visible to the rest of the store. And I immediately walked in there, opened the shower that was there, and I took a piss in that shower set that was probably gonna be sold to a customer later on. I must have been pissing for a solid 30 seconds because I remember I was like, man, this is going for a long time. I must have had a lot of water in my body just waiting to come out. I finished my business and I'm walking out of that shower set, and that guy who I asked for directions for the bathroom saw me walking out of that bathroom set all calm. He put two and two together and he starts running towards that bathroom set. He wanted to see if I had done what he thought I had done, which I had done indeed. Before he could actually get to that shower set, I sprinted out of that store. Just did not even look back once. I sprinted all the way to school. I got to the school all out of breath and sweaty because in my head, I was gonna be arrested soon because I had committed a really bad crime. Luckily, nothing else came from this. I didn't get any calls. I didn't get anyone looking for me. Nothing else happened. And I never even walked by that store again. I always made sure to walk very far away from it in case anyone recognized me or recognized my jacket, because it was just something that I really, really, really was embarrassed by. That should have never happened. And to this day, I am still so sorry to those people who work there because somebody had to clean that up. And oh my God, man, I am sorry. I am so sorry. But I blame that teacher more than anything else because he was the one who put me on that idiotic starvation diet and filled me with all that water. No, it's 100% my fault, obviously. I was the one who did it. That gym teacher also happened to be my dorm leader, and this guy was actually sick in the head. He had some really, really severe mental problems that he always, for some reason, liked to take out on students, which is just a really, really bad recipe for disaster. He, at multiple times, almost got into full-blown fist fights with some of the older kids, like the kids in grade 12, because they were tired of him disrespecting them so much, calling him names. He would call everyone jackasses. He would disrespect their family. He would make them clean places that didn't need to be clean just because he was pissed off at these guys. And also, he spoke incredibly fast. This guy's normal talking speed was like watching a movie on 8x fast forward. If he was asked, how is the weather going to be tomorrow? A normal person's response would be, it might be raining a little bit. But his response would be, it'll rain a little bit. What? It'll rain a little bit. And he expected us to understand what he was saying when he was saying it like that, which of course would never happen. We would always be like, wait, what'd you say? And he'd repeat it like 2 or 3 times. And then we'd pretend like we actually understood what he said because we didn't want him to keep repeating it. One morning, this dormitory, we had breakfast in the dining hall. The students in this dormitory were the ones who were responsible for cleaning all the dishes, for throwing all the garbage away after all meals. And for some reason, we didn't do that on this particular day. So we had breakfast in the dining hall and no one cleaned anything. Then dinner time comes around. This dormitory gym teacher guy wasn't there for breakfast, but when dinner came around, he came back to the dormitory. When he saw the mess there, he called every single person out of their rooms to the dining hall. He had us all sit down and he said, "What is this?" Pointing at the dishes and the trash that was all left there. And we're like, it's the food from this morning. This guy goes over to the table, knocks everything down, and then throws the table in front of all of us. Of course, we're all like, what? We're just freaking out. We can't believe he actually just did that. You hear plates smashing, glasses breaking, everything just getting destroyed. And at one point, he grabbed a plate. He was talking to somebody, and he threw the plate in the air. All of us, of course, who are watching this happen, we're all waiting for the plate to come down. We waited about 3 seconds, then 4 seconds, then 5 seconds. That plate was still up in the air. It did not come down. And we're all kind of like waiting for it, all with this weird looks on our faces. And then it finally comes crashing down, breaks into a million pieces, then told us to clean the place, and we did. And it was just kind of this weird relationship with him the entire time. So it doesn't really surprise me that he saw me as this side project that he could work on because he, I think, needed something like that at the time in his life. But it's still really, really messed up, the entire diet that he put me on. But of course, me pissing in that shower thing was completely my fault because he's not the one who made me do something that stupid. That was 100% on me. Anyway, just wanted to share that little bit of history with you guys. That's all for now. I'll see you next time.